I set myself a challenge at the end of 2023. I wanted to platinum 26 PS3 games, one for each letter of the alphabet. So starting with A, we're starting with Assassin's Creed 2. Assassin's Creed 2 is a stealth action game released by Ubisoft in 2009. Many consider this game to be one of the best games in the series. The platinum for Assassin's Creed 2 is very simple and it's split up into 4 sections. 1. Beat all the story related sequences. 2. Find all the collectibles. 3. Complete any combat related trophies. And 4. Clean up any remainder. PlayStationTrophies.org give the trophy difficulty a 4 out of 10 and an approximate time for completion 25 to 35 hours. With that out of the way, let's begin the challenge. We start off the game with a recap. A war has been raging between the Templars and the Assassins since the earliest days of time. The Assassins strive for freedom and the Templars strive for power and control. At the center of this war are pieces of Eden, powerful artifacts that have helped shape the control of power throughout time itself. Whomever controlling them gaining immense influence of the world. You wake up in a facility run by the Templars. You are Desmond, a modern day ancestor of the Assassins who's been captured by the enemy and forced to give up the secrets of your ancestors to help the Templars win this war. This is the same Desmond from the first game, so if you've played that one you'll recognise him here. It soon becomes apparent that Lucy here has a plan for us to escape. She's a double agent working for the Assassins to help free us from this captivity. At this point we meet our protagonist
Ezio Auditore da Firenze.
At his birth, we receive the trophy, The Birth of an Assassin. After this, we sneak out of the facility with Lucy. We have to fight some goons in the parking lot, and you'd think after all this time in the Animus, Desmond would be familiar with the skills he learned from Altair. However, none of them have rubbed off on him, so it takes a bit of time, but we beat up the guards and jump into the car to receive our next trophy, Arrive Dirci Abstergo, which roughly translates to Goodbye Abstergo in Italian. We arrive at our new base of operations, and after some quick introductions we dive into a new device similar to the Animus but less surgical and a lot more comfy. Can you see what I mean here? This is where we receive our next trophy, Animus 2.0. The device transports us back to the life of Ezio, but 18 years after our first contact. And Ezio is causing all kinds of trouble. He starts a fight with a local rival family of a boy of a similar age, and we learn the fundamentals of combat. Blocking, dodging, ducking, diving, you know the drill. Our brother joins us in the fun and we decide to celebrate our victory by heading to the tallest building that we can see. Along the way, receiving our next trophy, Lightning Strikes for sprinting 100 meters. Here we are blessed with the title screen and the iconic Assassin's Creed 2 music. Assassin's Creed 2. We then perform the Leap of Faith. This Leap of Faith was actually originated from the Hidden Ones over 1,000 years before this game is set, and we see this in more details in Assassin's Creed Origins. If you're interested in watching me platinum any more Assassin's Creed games including AC Origins, hit that like button and comment down below which is your favourite game of the series. Now back with AC2. In typical Ezio fashion, we must say hello to his side piece and ensure she gets a good night's sleep. What better way to celebrate a victory than to, I'll leave the rest to your imagination.
What do you mean by that?
Following a quick getaway, we catch up with the family and complete a number of tasks. Firstly, for Claudia, our younger sister, who asks us to get a revenge on her cheating boyfriend, now ex. Our little bro asks us to collect some feathers for his secret project. Our mother Maria asks us to collect a parcel and we are introduced to Leonardo da Vinci. And Dad asks us to deliver some important documents and collect one from a pigeon coop nearby. After giving one of the letters to this strange man, he tells us to convey a message to our father. As you can see, he leaves us with no context whatsoever, and naturally this is where the story starts to darken as we find our father's office trashed from top to bottom. We found Claudia and mother shaken up, and the rest of the family have been thrown in prison accused of treason. After scaling the prison building, we speak to father through the grate in the wall. He tells us that there is a secret room within his office that contains some important items, and that we need to take one of the documents inside that chest to his trusted advisor, Messer Uberto. After locating this secret room, we find the iconic assassin's robe in perfect condition. I still love this look today. We find the documents he was mentioning that would clear our father from the crimes he's been alleged. We head right away to Uberto and hand the document over to him. There's a looming figure behind him though, and I've got a bad feeling about this. Umberto calms Ezio and tells him that everything will be sorted tomorrow, and we could all be honest here, no one trusts this guy. Anyways, the next day rolls around and our father and brother are on trial in the city square, and who else is with them? Umberto himself, accusing them of these crimes. Umberto denies receiving any documents from Ezio the night before, and these documents would have cleared their names. Umberto orders the executioner to pull the lever and end their lives. We try and stop the impending doom. Umberto demands our head for treason as well. Luckily for us, we escape by the skin of our teeth and receive our next trophy, Pain of Betrayal. Later on, we locate our mother and sister. They've been taken in by Paola.
Call me Paola.
The leading lady at a local brothel, and this is the safest place for them because none of the guards would look for them here. Paola teaches us a number of valuable lessons, including the art of pickpocketing and blending in. She also tells us if we want to get this hidden blade fixed, we need to take it to Leonardo da Vinci. We head over to Leonardo and he is puzzled by this ancient artifact, but nevertheless, after several hours, he is able to fix it and we are able to put it into practice after a guard starts beating up Leonardo for his association with the family. Naturally, we tell Paola the good news and she informs us that Umberto himself will be attending a local art show. So it's time for us to put up our hood and make the show memorable. We hunt down Umberto and sneak into the art show and end his life. With the few moments before his last breath, he tells us that he had no choice in the matter and he was forced to betray his best friend because of the Templars. We make a quick getaway and find a strange marking on a wall. After scanning it with our special ability known as Eagle Vision, we receive our next trophy, Tip of the Iceberg. Following this, we have to complete a number of puzzles, but once we do, we receive the trophy, Piece of the Puzzle. After this, we escort mother and sister out of the city and to our family villa in Montréal. We receive our next trophy, Vengeance, as we leave the city. Along the way, before we get to the villa, we are ambushed by a familiar face, none other than the little kid that we had to fight when we were Ezio before everything went down. We were outnumbered, outgunned, and we thought it was the end. However, we were saved by an unlikely hero.
It's a me, Mario!
It wasn't Nintendo who saved us, it was in fact our Uncle Mario who made quick work of the Depazzi scum and helped us get to the family villa. We told Mario what happened and he teaches us the fundamentals of combat to help us survive. He convinces us to help him take down the Depazzi scum who attacked us on the road. As we arrive outside the Depazzi stronghold with Mario and his men, we have to sneak into the fortress John Wick style and unlock the front gate so the army can invade.
We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
Not long after this fight, we sneak off and locate the Depazzi boy with some other Templars, and they're scheming their next big assault. They're planning some kind of assassination, but before they provide any further details, they all separate, and Vieri, the young little arrogant Depazzi boy, comes enticed by the prospect of defeating me and Mario in combat, so he heads back into the city. We sneak up behind him and take out his men before ending his life.
Fatality.
At this point, we receive our next trophy, Exit My Son. We head back to the villa and celebrate with our men by upgrading the villa and planning our next move. We unlock the trophy Handyman for upgrading a building within our stronghold. After collecting some codex pages in the stronghold area, we complete the current story mission and head to Florence to hunt down some more Templars. Whilst in Florence, we complete a few viewpoints to unlock some areas of the map and receive the trophy I Like the View for synchronizing 10 viewpoints. Whilst in Florence, we bump into this guy. He's pretty shady looking.
But you may call me La Volpe. At your service, Mr. Ezio.
Anyways, he agrees to help us hunt down Francesco Depazzi, the father of the boy we took down moments ago. He advises us that there will be a secret meeting tonight in a heavily guarded church. And for us, there's only one way we're going to get in. We need to get in via the catacombs, and there's a secret entrance only few people know about. This entrance is very Harry Potter-esque. I don't know if you guys agree, let me know in the comments. This section has some small intricate puzzles that took me far longer than I want to admit, but we took down the guards, completed the puzzles, and then we had the opportunity to listen into this meeting. They were planning to take down the Medici family during high mass the following day, and they had weapons and men at their disposal. After this, they all separate, and we actually uncover one of the 6 tombs of previous assassins. Within the catacombs of one of the assassins, we find a key that will help us unlock Altair's armor. Altair's armor is located underneath our villa in Montréal and requires 6 keys from 6 different assassins to help us unlock it. Upon leaving the tomb, we receive our next trophy, Undertaker. We explore the city, gaining feathers, money, and pages until it's time to stop this attack. We arrive in a city square where a large number of people have gathered, and the Medici were walking towards a church when they are ambushed and attacked by Francesco de Pazzi and his men. Naturally, we step into action and defend the Medici man and escort him to his estate where he'll be safe.
Help save our city, Auditore. Kill Francesco de Pazzi.
Some of Medici's men tell us that Francesco is located in a building nearby, so we head over to the location and take out all the guards that are located on this rooftop and confront Francesco for what he has done. Unexpectedly, he jumps and dives off the rooftop into a pile of hay, and we begin our pursuit.
Why are you running?
There are no outrunning Ezio, he is the shit, and it doesn't take us long before we catch up with him and drive our hidden blade into his back and parade his body in the square where the assault happened. This is a warning to the Templars that Ezio means business. Following this, we earn the trophy Bloody Sunday. Following the attack, Lorenzo Medici gives us a codex page and says thank you for saving his life. He advises us that everyone else that was involved have gone into hiding since his attack. We head over to Leonardo, get the page deciphered, and try our hand at a local assassin tomb nearby. After many failed attempts, raging and disappointments, I finally beat this puzzle tomb and get another key for Altair's armor. Following this, I got the next trophy, Choir Boy. Whilst exploring more of the city, we run into this suspicious looking man in red, frantically running away from us.
Why are you running? Why are you
After a short pursuit, we earn the trophy Mailman for intercepting a Borgia courier. On the way back to the villa, we also complete an assassination quest and earn the trophy Assassin for Hire. We head back to the villa and provide the uncle with the codex pages that have been deciphered so far, and we learn some more combat from Mario before planning our next move. We receive information that some Templars are located in Tuscany, and we now decide to hunt down Jacopo de Pazzi. In order to get him in Tuscany, we need to assassinate his 5 most loyal guards, who will then give us the information we need. After assassinating the 5 relevant people, we stalk Jacopo and some other Templars to some ruins. Unfortunately though, the Templars were expecting us and they betrayed Jacopo before we had a chance to do what we needed to do. A number of guards ambushed us and we had to fight off the guards. We head over to Jacopo and finish the job. At this point, we earn the trophy The Conspirators. On our way back into the city, earn the trophy Kleptomaniac for pickpocketing 1,000 florins. We return to Lorenzo Medici, who rewards us with a sweet new cloak that prevents guards from becoming as angry at us during our stay in his city. We catch up with Leonardo da Vinci on our way to Venice and travel some of the way with him. We next earn the trophy An Unexpected Journey. At this point in the game, we take control back of Desmond. We help the current day assassins set up some defenses because Abstergo are on their way to try and foil our plans. After activating some force switches located around the building, we then experience an unusual moment where we take control of Altair. We follow a target up a tower and we're greeted with a cutscene before returning back to Desmond. Naturally, Desmond doesn't tell anyone what just happened, and we jump back into the Animus and receive the trophy Bleeding Effect. We return with Ezio purchasing some fine art for the villa, and we obtain the trophy Art Connoisseur. This is obtained when you purchase artwork from Florence and Venice. Whilst exploring Venice, we bump into Rosa.
Hey, I remember you.
She's a prominent figure in the local Thieves Guild, and she teaches us some new climbing techniques for saving her life.
So, how did I do?
I've seen better.
We use our new skills to sneak into a highly guarded building where the Templar Emilio is hiding. After some comedic running around in circles, we assassinate him, and the next trophy pops: the Merchant of Venice. We take a small break from the story now and work on clearing up some of the smaller regions. In this particular quest, a disgruntled wife wanted us to knock some sense into her husband, who's been a little bit naughty. So naturally we give him the 1-2 and pop the trophy of Macho Man. After clearing up the rest of the map, collecting the feathers and clearing up the waypoints, we head back to Venice. We're now hunting the next Templar on our hit list, Carlo Grimaldi. Carlo is located in one of the most heavily defended locations in the whole of Italy, and with the help of Leonardo, we get to experience one of the best missions in AC history. We use this flying machine right here to break the impenetrable defenses and find our way in to their fortress. During this mission, there is actually one missable trophy. We earned the trophy Fly Swatter during this section because we kicked a guard whilst flying, which was honestly one of the coolest things ever. Once again, putting all our skills that we learned to the test, we sneak into this building and take out Carlo in the most assassin way possible. The next trophy pops: the Impenetrable Palazzo. The story continues, and this hit list is coming to a close now. The next target on our list is Marco Barrigo. Sorry, I'm not very good at words. We begin the sequence by catching up with Leonardo and hand him the codex pages. This one enables us to upgrade our hidden blade and gives us a pistol attachment, which comes in handy when you keep running out of throwing knives. The mission sequence is one of the most memorable in the game because you find out that Marco is always heavily guarded, but he is hosting a party where he will have less guards around him, and that will be the opportunity to strike. Unfortunately, there's no way to get in unless you've been invited. However, there is a competition being held, and the winner of the competition will gain a gold mask that will gain you entry into the party. After winning all the competitions, we take the opportunity to take out Marco and we earn the trophy Masquerade. Following this, we bump into another arrogant man. This time it was a local thief who said he was the fastest in the area, and naturally it takes us no time at all, and we beat this thief in a foot race and earn the trophy Steal Home. The next trophy we earned was called Bianca's Men. This involved working with a man named Bartolomeo di Alvanio. Him and Ezio share a common goal. They both want to see the end of Silvio Babarigo. I definitely butchered that name. He asks us to free his captive men, and then he will assist us in the assault in the stronghold where Alvinio is hiding. So naturally we make quick work of the guards that are patrolling the prison cells and then signal for his men to attack the stronghold. This gives us the small window of opportunity. His right hand man Dante Moro is also with him, so we chase both of them down and cross two names off our list. This is when the trophy Bianca's Men is popping. The story continues with Leonardo speaking to us after he's decrypted the majority of the codex pages. He tells us the true meaning of these pages of the Apple of Eden. You are informed that the Apple of Eden that we last saw with Altair in AC1 has been found by the Templars, and they have brought it to Venice to be given to the Spaniard. This mission was a little tricky, but what we had to do was sneak into the Templar area where they had the Apple of Eden, and we had to pretend we were one of them. We had to take the box with the Eden inside, as dressed as a Templar guard, and hand it over to the Spaniard. As we arrived at the Spaniard, we assassinated the guy in front of us and confronted him and fought the Spaniard ourselves. As the Spaniard escaped, we were joined by a number of NPCs that confirmed to us that we were actually being trained by the assassins to join them. After this brief catch up with all these NPCs, we earned the trophy The Prophet. At this point in the story, we knew it was coming to a close, so I took the opportunity to run around, spend some money, and earn the trophy Red Light Addict for spending a certain amount of money on courtesans. We won't go into how much I spent. The final story-related trophies required a little bit of a grind. We returned to the villa and we were missing a few codex pages. Lucky for us, the locations were pointed out on our map, so all we had to do was find them and have them decrypted by Leonardo. Once this was done, we took the pages back to the villa and used our eagle vision to rotate all the pages on this wall here until they were in place. It was a map of the world, and it showed us the location of the Staff of Eden. We actually learned it was located in the Vatican of all places. We also find out during this cutscene that the Spaniard himself, the last one on our list, had become the Pope. He was one of the most powerful men in the world. So we headed to the Vatican and kicked some guard butts and hunted down Rodrigo. We attempted to assassinate him at this point, and I thought the finale was a little bit underwhelming because we thought we'd assassinated him super easy. However, he used the power of the Staff of Eden to prevent his demise, and we have to fight him again. After a lengthy battle, we end up losing this fight. Doesn't matter what we did. However, we are prevented from dying, even without the Apple of Eden. We pursue Rodrigo into this secret area where this vault is located, and after some more fighting, we end up winning this time, and using both pieces of Eden, we are able to unlock the vault. This is where the vault trophy is unlocked, and we're graced with one of the most awe-inspiring spectacles in this game. We're spoken to a higher being, perhaps a god, maybe a previous civilization, a more advanced race. Anyways, they speak of an extinction event coming. It's all a bit nuts, and it kind of, I'll let you guys watch it because it's pretty fucking crazy.
You may not comprehend us, but you will comprehend our warning. When we were still flesh and our home still whole, your kind betrayed us. We who made you. We who gave you life. It took sacrifice, strength, compassion. But we rebuilt. And as life returned to the world, we endeavored to ensure this tragedy would not be repeated. But now we are dying, and time will work against us. Truth turned into myth and legend. What we built, misunderstood. Let my words preserve the message and make a record of our loss. You must find the other temples, built by those who knew to turn away from war. They worked to protect us, to save us from the fire. If you can find them, if their work can be saved, so too might this world. We can do no more. The rest is up to you, Desmond.
You what?
One of the most bizarre moments from this cutscene is that the being is actually speaking to Desmond, not Ezio, which is nuts. After this sequence ends, we see the credits and we hear the current day team packing up all their belongings because Abstergo have found them. With the help of you and Lucy, you fight off the attackers and confront Vidic, the mastermind behind the whole captivity from the first game. As he scurries away, we receive our next and final story trophy. An old friend returns. Now at this point, it's time to collect the remainder of the trophies. At this point in my playthrough, I had quite a few trophies to go. I returned to the villa and completely upgraded every element of the stronghold and obtained the trophy Podesta of Montréal. We headed to Romagna and purchased the Wetland Ebony and Wetland Ivory dyes and obtained the next trophy, Perfect Harmony. I low-key like this look. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. At this point, I wanted to dive into some of the more challenging trophies, so we went about completing the remainder of the Assassin's Tombs that we needed to unlock Altair's armor. First off, the tomb inside the Rocca del Ravadino fortress. After we beat this one, the Prison Escaped trophy popped. I am actually sad to admit this took me far too long. There's a level of complexity to these puzzles that I wasn't prepared for when I went into this. Anyways, en route to the next one, we purchased the remaining upgrades for our hidden blade and pouches and stuff and earned the trophy Victory Lies in Preparation. At this point, I thought I'd knock out another one, so we headed back to the villa and found all the remaining statues in Monterigone and obtained the trophy Mythmaker. I knew we were getting closer to this elusive platinum, so I took a break from the puzzles and knocked out some of the combat related trophies. Firstly, the street cleaner one for hiding 5 deceased bodies in the same pile of hay. And next with the Messy Sandman. This one was actually quite hard. You had to learn the skill throwing sand from the guy in Monterigone and then stun 4 guards with sand at once. Once that was done, I earned the Man of the People trophy for throwing 300 florins on the ground, and finally I earned the Doctor trophy for assassinating a poisoned target. Now back to the Assassin's Tombs. Firstly, we had to overcome the challenge in the Basilia di San Marco, which popped the trophy Hallowed by Thou Name. Next, we completed the Outstanding Tomb, which popped the Veterinarian Gladiator trophy, and whilst we were here, we earned the trophy High Dive for diving off the tallest building in Florence. Finally, the last tomb we had was inside the Torre Grossa, and once we completed this one, we earned the trophy I Can See Your House From Here. We then went back to the villa and unlocked Altair's armor, and let me tell you, it looks pretty freaking cool, not gonna lie.
Thank you, Altair, for this great gift. May it shield me from my enemies.
At this point, we had a few trophies left. We had the no-hitter, the sweeper, the Vetuvian Man, in memory of Petricchio, and the Master Assassin, as well as Show Your Colours. So first up, we took out the combat-related trophies. The next one was no-hitter. We had to head to Venice and head to where there was a large number of guards, throw a couple of smoke bombs about, and use our hidden blades to take out as many guards as possible until we knocked 10 guards without perishing. The other one we got after this was the sweeper trophy, where we had to sweep 5 guards with a long weapon, which was pretty annoying because you had to find a guard in Venice with a long pike or spear and then use that weapon to sweep down 5 guards at once. This took me far too long. Finally, we're down to the last 3. The last 3 trophies were Vetuvian Man, in memory of Puerto Rico, and Show Your Colours. Now, the Vetuvian Man involved us finding all the glyphs and completing all the puzzles, and these weren't always as obvious as you'd hope, so it took me a little while, but thanks to the amazing Twitch chat and community that watched me play these games, I was able to unlock Vetuvian Man shortly after this, and then became the grind. Now, I will sadly admit I definitely had to use a map of where every feather was in order to do this, because I don't think there's a way you'd find them either way, and it would took me far longer if I tried to find this organically. I got a map of where every feather was, and I ticked through everyone I collected until we earned the trophy in memory of Puerto Rico. This awarded us, when we took all the feathers back to the villa, with the Cape of Auditore from Mariam. The last trophy we earned here was the Show Your Colours trophy, which required us to head to every location in the game whilst wearing the Auditore cape. But after we went to the last location, we earned the trophy Show Your Colours, which immediately followed by Master Assassin. Thank you so much for watching. I had a great time re-experiencing this fantastic game, and if you want to see more gaming content, including some live streams of the games that I'll be making platinum videos for, please make sure you come over to join us over on Twitch every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday from 5 PM EST or 10 PM UK time. This was the first of many platinums, and I'm excited to share that my next video will be Infamous. So if you ever played an Infamous game before, let me know which is your favourite Infamous game in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.